Welcome to the Baconsale Fall Movie Preview.
The swinging lights of Hollywood, the red carpet, the glamour, it's all here. Oh no, wait, we're surrounded by cardboard boxes.
I was really tired before you did that, and now I'm totally awake.
I'm glad that helped.
Well, like 40% awake.
I thought he was just going to go say, "Welcome to Baconsale." And that was it. I was like, wait, that's exactly the same as Emily did, almost.
Yeah.
And then
Well, she was doing an impression of Jake.
Yeah,
She was.
that's
2 shows
because
ago.
we're actually the same person.
Ah, welcome,
Weird.
everyone. Welcome to
Yeah.
Baconsale. I'm Joel.
I'm Kent.
And Jacob.
First of all, I'd like to talk about the last week's podcast a little bit, if we could.
No, let's do
Wait,
a
is
recap
this an apology?
where we
Is this
talk about
is
everything
this-
we talked about
Yeah.
last week.
Are you recanting anything?
No. We got so much feedback
Oh, yeah, a ton.
from the podcast, more than probably any other podcast before that. Not all of it positive.
Well, I don't think it was the content, like what we were giving, as much as they just didn't want to hear about Doctor Who because people are slighted against it.
I don't think
Like
people
me.
want to hear me be positive.
That's probably what it was. Kent liking things? What is this?
And I was basically just preaching. I was just like, come on, give it a chance. I know it's flawed, but give it a
When
chance.
you cried, I cried.
Yeah, seriously. but you know, what did Blake say, like, after the show? He said it was a zit on the face of television history.
Ouch.
Yeah,
And I believe we did get one comic book guy, worst episode ever.
Yeah, and just people saying, I wish
That
I
was
could
Emily,
time...
wasn't it?
That was.
Yeah, but people saying I wish I could time travel to get 72 minutes of my life back.
But on the flip side,
Okay.
we had at least 2 people that I know of say, all right, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah,
And that's what makes it worth it right there.
and those
Well, if that
people
was the
are the
mission-
gems.
That hits you right in the feels.
No, that's the thing. I mean, with this podcast, and I would even say Doctor Who's intent is to get that cult audience, to get that small audience of, like, loyal people, not people that just, listen to
If we
hate our
just
show.
get one person to watch Doctor Who, how great shall be our joy.
It's getting a little weird.
But thank you for your comments, even the negative ones. We love at least hearing that you're out there and listening, and that we have more than one listener. I think, guys, we may be up to 4.
What?
Maybe. I think at least 4 people commented.
All right, that's fantastic.
Everyone's going to think that's
More
really
social
how
media
many we have.
presence than ever before.
There are more people
4
listening
people.
to the show than doing the show. Boom.
That's a win.
That is.
So what this means is we'll be doing another Doctor Who podcast
Right
in the
now.
near future. Yeah, right now.
We're changing our name to Bacon Doctor. No, Dr.
Nah.
Bacon?
Dr. Bacon would be good.
That would be. I'd
Yeah.
go to Dr. Bacon.
I would too.
So today, Jacob, what are we talking about?
Today, as my intro mentioned, we're going to do a fall movie preview. So I and
Now-
all of you guys have... Oh, go ahead, Joel.
Well, I was going to say, when you say fall movie preview, we're really
Yeah.
going to the end of the year here.
Yeah, this is going to be...
Most people don't consider December fall.
It's true. It's true. We're going to...
The studios do, though. And
They
that's
do.
kind of the thing. Like, winter is always January through March because they're like, it's literally the winter.
Well, can
Of
you...
crappy
I was going to
times.
say, can you run through the schedule? A lot of people out there may not know
Yeah.
the schedule of movies and what movies come out when. I mean, everyone
That's a
knows
good idea.
the term summer blockbuster.
Yeah.
But talking about the other seasons of Hollywood, I think would be helpful.
Okay, so there is January through March, and they call that the official winter movie season. But actually, in there from, I would say, December to January is the Oscar movie season. Mm-hmm. So, it's all kind of mixed. Basically, we get really terrible movies in the
Yep.
first...
Well, December's Oscar movie season, too.
Yes, and that's what I'm
They,
saying.
they have to get it in last minute because the Oscars are usually in late
But
January,
typically,
early February.
if there are any good movies in January, they're holdovers from the year before. You know how Oscar movies usually come out right at the end of the year,
Yeah.
and you
Right,
don't
right.
see them till the next year. Yeah, so that's what it is. Like if you see good movies, they're Oscar movies. Otherwise, it's a graveyard.
Yeah, February through April,
Yeah.
not much going on in
Well,
theaters.
well, now April is the first month of summer.
That's true.
Well, and they're
but it is-
redefining that a little, too, because Batman versus Superman is March.
Yeah.
Hunger Games was March.
No, true story. Like they're
Right.
changing
They're
a
trying
lot.
to. But, I mean, truthfully, you try to go to movies in late February and you're like, wow, there's really nothing good coming out right now.
Yeah.
But then you get summer blockbuster season, and then you get also the Oscar bait season, we'll call it.
Yeah.
Which is the fall movies.
And summer now has been like these. There's no official movie calendar because now summer is April till August, the end of August.
Well, and I think releasing,
So it's not just a quarter of the year.
Releasing Batman and Superman in March is smart because it basically says there's no competition. We're blowing everything out of the water. We're starting the season off. We're going to win no matter what.
It's actually a great date. Like, not as many people go to movies.
It does make a great date to go to movies.
It's cute.
Yeah.
But for weeks, there will be nothing going against it. And I think it's a great idea.
Rake in the dough.
Yeah, that's a good
I mean,
plan.
kind of like Star Wars. For about 2 months, it will be the number one movie in America, if not the world. Because there's nothing coming out.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were thinking of releasing Batman vs. Superman in December, but then they didn't want to compete with Star Wars and stuff like that, and so they moved it back a couple months.
Oh, it could be.
It's a thought.
Well, no, it was originally the same day as Captain America 3, right? They had
Yes.
that whole like controversy because they had the same day, and Captain was a
America
movie. Marvel,
3, the Americaning.
the American, yeah, yeah, but Marvel wasn't going to move, and I mean, so yeah, they were like, oh, let's just put it in March.
Yeah.
And good on them.
Yeah,
So the movies we're going to discuss today, these aren't your summer blockbusters for the most part. These are the ones that are a little more serious, the ones that are trying to get Oscars. This is when you're going to see a lot more dramas come out.
Yep.
Except for, I mean, let's be honest. We did a summer movie preview, and we were all pretty stoked.
Yeah.
And summer didn't turn out so well.
It didn't. In fact, let's go through. For those of you who didn't listen, we had a summer movie recap. I believe it was like episode
5 or so.
5,
Yeah.
something like that. And so we talked about certain movies, and I would like to take a look back, Kent, at the movies we said we were so young then. We were so naive. Take a look at the movies we talked about, and then kind of give a recap of what we saw and liked, or what we didn't even see.
Okay.
So
Sounds great.
You want to go first?
You should go first because I'm pulling up my list.
Okay. Well, one of them, I will go in order. I went 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So 5, Tomorrowland. I said that, but then I never really went around to see it. Like, it didn't pull me to the theaters. I didn't feel the buzz.
Mostly probably because Jake and I saw it, and we were a little bit mixed.
And I felt hurt that you'd left me, and it's just painful memories now thinking of you guys go to that movie
Hey,
without
I'd
me.
let you come to movies now, like no big deal, right?
You didn't then? You were actively avoiding me then?
You come to Marvel movies, and that's pretty much it.
I went to the visit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't see that one. Mad Max Fury Road. Wow.
Which you saw 2 nights ago.
Yes, I did. Finally. And I have to say that's probably my favorite one on this list.
Yeah.
So
Remember, that
much
was
fun.
my number 1.
It was, and good on you, because that was the most creative movie of 2015.
Yes.
It may still be at the end of the year.
I think it will be.
2015,
Yeah.
because you've never seen anything like that movie. So awesome.
Jake, have you seen it yet?
yeah, I saw it.
Oh.
There's his reaction
nothing
right there.
It was good.
That was your reaction to the McRib we ate yesterday too.
Yes, it was.
It was good. Well, whatever.
Actually, I don't think I said that about the McRib. I was like, it's not terrible, but it kind of pops in your mouth. So,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
pretty much
Just like Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah.
I also said Pixels, which I was warned against, so I still haven't seen it, and I don't know if I will.
He's lying. It was his favorite movie this summer.
My brother said, I don't think I laughed once during the entire movie, and he normally likes Adam Sandler movies. But this one didn't do anything, so I was like, okay, maybe I'll just not see that one for a while.
Yeah, I remember criticizing you for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Masterminds, which I didn't see, but that wasn't my fault.
Master Disguise, is that what you said?
Yeah, I think that it's a sequel.
Masterminds.
Oh,
It's the bank,
love it. Dana Carvey needs to come
It's the
back.
bank heist one with Zach Galifianakis and Kristen Wiig.
I've never heard of this. This movie is not due out anytime soon.
Well, that's because they keep moving it. It was supposed to be on August 19th, and then they rescheduled it to October 9th. And then even that now is not a solid thing.
Well, the studio went broke.
Yeah, they had some financial issues,
Yeah.
and so they keep pushing back this date. And I'm like, even then, I'm like, this movie's not going to save you. I'm sorry, it's going to be fun, but
Yeah, I don't know why you'd go broke if you have Jared Hess as a director.
I like Jared Hess as a director.
Yeah, I know you do.
And then my number 1 was Ant-Man. Saw it, wasn't that impressed.
Yeah,
It was mediocre at best.
yeah.
So-
And you guys were both for Ant-Man, right? Jake, you too?
No, it was. I think it was number 5 on my list.
Okay, Tomorrowland was number 1 on your list.
Tomorrowland was number 1.
Yeah, out of the 5 movies I said, I saw 2 of them. One of them was awesome.
Granted, you don't
get
get as much time to go to the theater.
I don't. I don't.
Like, as soon as they're on
try as much
DVD,
to go to the
you're going to
theaters.
get it.
Oh yeah, DVD. I'll be all over it. But I don't go to the theaters as often as I want to because
Yeah.
Kent doesn't invite me. Kent, your list.
Do you know what was on my list?
Yes,
Fantastic Four.
it was.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it was
I
on mine,
commented
too.
on that, and I said, "Do you really think it can be good?" And you were like, "Yes, it can. I believe in the power of fairies."
It was more of a, man, I hope they can do this right.
And they did.
What?
Wasn't it amazing?
It was amazing.
Didn't it change everything we thought about Fantastic Four?
You know, I actually don't hate it as much as everyone else.
What about compared to the old ones?
Equal playing ground.
Really? Because it got lower than the previous Fantastic Four.
It did
movies.
because the older ones were a little bit more goofy, so they're kind of tongue in cheek, but they're both atrocious. It's bad, but I had hope. I just wanted it to be good.
Now where's
because
that hope?
It's in the toilet. I hope they never make a Fantastic Four movie again.
They're going to, though, because they want to keep the rights. I don't know why they want to keep the
Aren't they
rights.
planning a sequel already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they don't want to give the rights back to Marvel, and everyone says Marvel can handle it, and I'm like, no, it's just been tainted. Don't do Fantastic Four ever again.
They need to let that sleeping dog lie.
Yeah, honestly. But other than that, like, I think my list is okay, even though I did not see Mr. Holmes. I don't know if that was an honorable mention or if that was actually on my list.
That was on my list.
Yeah, it was.
And I did see it.
And
Here's the thing: is it was not what I expected, and so it was actually a really nice movie. Like it was cute. It was a little slow, but it was tailored so much for old people that
This sounds like the McRib again.
that's probably true. If you don't have
It's
teeth,
nice.
you'll love this.
so did you go to
Wasn't what I expected.
did you go to like Shoney's or like an early lunch buffet
Shoney's? Oh my gosh!
and then see Mr. Holmes?
Oh, man.
That's about right. Yeah, no, that's exactly it. It was basically a story about aging, and it just happened to be happening to Sherlock Holmes. And so
So not great.
Sounds dynamic.
I mean, you've got
Cocoon.
I mean, you do have Ian McKellen, and he does a fantastic job with it. But
Sure, yeah.
it's it's still not. It's not fun. It wasn't fun at any point. It was just good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, another disappointing one then.
Yeah, otherwise, real quick, my number 2 was Mission Impossible, which was freaking awesome. Mm-hmm. One of the best movies of the year, which is weird to say.
Especially since it's the number 5 in a series.
Yeah, exactly.
That's bizarre.
That is bizarre.
Otherwise, Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl, I thought it was a great movie. Not one I'm going to revisit a lot, but a very genuine indie film.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyways, Mad Max. Yay.
Did you see all of the ones on your list then?
I didn't see... if Mr. Holmes was on the list, I can't tell. I didn't see that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
All right. And now, looking forward to the future.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, so just like last time, Joel and Kent both have 5 movies that they're most looking forward to. We're going to start from the bottom and go up, kind of going back and forth, and I'll throw in sometimes.
In October, November, December. These are the movies we're going for.
Yes. So
some of these are right around the corner.
So Kent, why don't you get us started?
Well, I have seen 1, maybe 2 movies that I think you guys may mention.
Are you going to go hipster on us
So-
again? I may mention a movie that you mortals know, but
I don't think it's quite hipster with my first selection, which is number 5,
number 5.
Krampus.
Krampus! You're kidding.
I'm not.
Why are you excited
All right,
for Krampus?
tell everyone what Krampus
I'm
is.
excited
Give the
about
synopsis.
Krampus or Krampus,
Krampus.
depending on where you're from.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay.
That's where you get cramps, right? Something about cramps.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's some lady story.
Do you have the synopsis
They
there?
get cramps all the time.
Yeah, it's a horror story
Do
about
you have the
cramps.
synopsis?
I do.
Okay.
A boy who has a bad Christmas ends up accidentally summoning a Christmas demon to his family home.
And so this is obviously not a serious movie. This is a tongue-in-cheek horror movie, and the cast isn't bad.
It's great, actually.
Who's in that movie?
Adam Scott, Toni Collette.
That's right.
Just a whole bunch of character actors.
It really, when I saw the preview at first, I was like, what are they trying to do? But then I realized, oh, this is a tongue-in-cheek horror comedy type thing.
It is.
And I think that's why it's gonna work. But really, you most anticipated is Krampus.
It's number 5, mind you, but it is Krampus. And for anyone that doesn't know...
Are you really saying this is number 5? 'Cause
Yeah.
I thought this was just a joke.
I had that on my joke list.
No, like, you know me, like, I'm a big-time horror fan. And if there's a horror film that I think will stand out among the pack, because those are bad movies for the most part. But if there's one I think will be fun, like, I get really excited for it. And I'm just kind of stoked because this comes out like first week of December. Mm-hmm. It is a Christmas story. And Krampus is like an Eastern European legend.
Yeah, it's a real folklore.
It is
folklore.
the anti, yeah, exactly. Yeah. It is the anti-Santa Claus.
He's like a goat demon who Santa Claus gives presents to the good kids, but then the bad kids get Krampus.
Or people who decide not to believe in Christmas.
Yeah.
And that's what happens in this movie.
Ooh, does that hurt you, Kent?
I don't believe in anything. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much.
So Krampus shows up, and basically he has elves of his own, but they're basically little ghost minions, like from the movie Ghost. Remember those little weird things that drag you?
Things.
Yeah, and so in the toys that they make are demonic, and the whole thing I think will just be fun. The reason I'm excited, because this could be made by someone else, and I wouldn't care, but it's from the director of Trick or Treat.
Oh, and that's a pretty. I mean, that's a what's the word I'm looking for?
Modern cult classic.
It's a horror film that sticks with you.
Yes,
and not in a good way.
No, but it's fun though.
It is fun, but man, that it's heavy.
I mean, we're approaching October. If anyone hasn't seen this movie, and I'm sure I'll bring it up next month as well, it is a anthology.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about horror movies a lot.
A lot. October. It's a 2-hour anthology of just different tales of terror.
It's like
that kind of link together.
It's a series of short horror stories. Some better than others. All disturbing.
All disturbing. And this is a Christmas tale from the same director and writer. I'm stoked.
I can tell.
See that I was going to go all hipster and be like, well, this Oscar favorite stars...
no, hipster just means you haven't heard of this movie, but Krampus...
No, if anything, I'm in my double wide right now being like, yeah, Krampus.
No one knows Krampus is coming out.
No, you just found a new way to be hipster, which is only more hipster, honestly.
Yeah, this is like...
okay. Patting myself on the back.
Popcorn hipster?
Yeah.
Is that a term?
Wait, so you guys don't want to come to Krampus with me?
I want to see Krampus.
Don't eat 30 minutes before you watch it, because then you get Krampus.
Oh, no.
Just says no.
All right.
Yeah. You don't even be like, no. Yeah, okay. Go, Joel.
All right, Joel, tell us your number 5.
My number 5 is Krampus.
Shut up.
It's not.
If it were, I'd give you the biggest hug right now.
That's why it's not. No, my number 5 is The Revenant.
Okay.
This is Oscar bait. I'll admit it. This is Oscar bait.
Wait, why does it feel like Oscar bait?
Yeah, why do you say that?
Let me read the synopsis first. In the 1820s, a frontiersman, Hugh Glass, sets out on a path of vengeance after those who left him for dead after a bear mauling.
That is the least descriptive synopsis I've ever heard.
And it has nothing to do with, like, Oscars.
It doesn't, but except for it's directed by Alejandro Iñárritu.
Yes.
Also known as the Birdman guy.
The guy who made Birdman, who won Best Picture and Best Director.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he won Best Director last year. So this is his new thing. It has Leonardo DiCaprio in it. Maybe he'll get the Oscar nod this time around.
Tom Hardy.
Leo's always been left out with the Oscars.
He has been, but it's always actors who sacrifice who get that Oscar, you know? Or not really, but that's what they say. And apparently the film shoot was horrible for this movie.
Really?
They said they were freezing cold out in the middle of nowhere. There were really no luxuries. People were miserable. And the director's like, yeah, basically that's what I wanted because I want that to come across on screen. The trailer alone makes it feel like an Oscar bait movie. It's very abstract. You can't really tell what's going on. It's a lot of breathing and a lot of quick cuts.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a mess, though. Like, I just watched it today, actually, for the first time. I was like, man, that is convoluted, you know.
What do you mean? I mean, it's as simple as it gets. I mean, like, there's no story there. It's basically just chasing,
it's a revenge tale.
watching,
Yeah, that's all there
and it just panning.
Well, I read the synopsis after I watched the trailer, because I watched the trailer and I'm like, I have no idea what this is about.
Yeah.
Like, zero.
It's going to be
Leonardo
scenic.
DiCaprio is suffering in the woods, and
It's going to be scenic. It's going to be creative.
Yeah.
It's going to get an Oscar nomination. Mark my words.
It's kind of like a Tarantino movie without the crazy dialogue.
Yeah.
And over the top gore.
But
it's a tale of revenge.
Without dialogue.
Yeah,
I'm
without
thinking this is
dialogue.
going to be like Castaway, where it's like, 70% silence.
No, they say that DiCaprio doesn't speak much at all.
Which may get him an Oscar nomination. Maybe that's his problem. He's been talking too much. So there's my number 5.
Okay.
Comes out December.
Very cool. Very cool.
December 25th, actually. Isn't that when Krampus should come out?
No, see it before Christmas. Take the kids.
Tell me truthfully, do you think Krampus is going to break the top 5 at box office?
No. But I want it to.
Top 10?
I'll tell you why it won't, because Hunger Games comes out like 2 weeks before.
That's right.
So-
Hunger Games Part 12 of the second half of the third story.
Volume 2.
Right. Okay, that's right.
that's about right.
I'm so tired of the Part 2, Part 1
Yeah, no joke.
finales.
Yeah.
Thank you, Harry Potter.
You met a Harry Potter?
No, Harry Potter did it okay, but it still was annoying. But
No,
then everyone else is doing it.
I thought they did a terrible job.
I like the first half better than the
They should have
second
released a 3-hour movie,
Yep.
which was a solid movie, because it's a good book.
Right.
And they made 2 really below average movies.
They also made bank
Yeah, they did.
bank at the box office.
And that's kind of the point.
Blah, blah, blank.
I mean, because Mockingjay Part 1, maybe you guys will bring this up in a little bit, but it was a pretty bad movie. Well directed, but just no pacing.
No, there was not part one. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
PTSD.
That happened.
Yeah. I hope Krampus gives me PTSD.
Probably. or PTSD.
Can we just call this episode Krampus?
Maybe. Merry Krampus, everybody.
Oh,
All right, number 4.
Yep. Let's do.
Oh, you want my number 4?
Yep. Let's go to number 4.
My number 4 comes out November 25th. It is Creed.
Creed,
Yes.
based on the band.
Stop
When
it.
arms wide open under the sunlight. Actually, that's Eddie Vedder, isn't it?
And that's, you know,
It's
he is,
basically the same.
he is, yeah.
A little both.
Welcome to this place. I'll show you everything.
You know I'm cutting that together, right?
Please do.
Can you take me higher? We already know too much about Creed.
We do.
Yeah, so
It's not Nickelback.
You don't even have to watch the movie.
Jake, have you seen the trailer for Creed?
I have. It's my number 5.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Should we be asking you yours?
No.
Really?
No,
You're just going to throw it in
well,
whenever?
honestly, I didn't even have like my 1 through 5 isn't really solid yet. I was like, here's the 5, and I'm fuzzy on the order still a little bit, but that's the 5.
Yeah. You know, from the description of the plot, this could be a really bad movie.
It basically, if I may say so, you want to read the synopsis?
Yeah,
Or something
it
to
is.
talk about? Yeah.
The former world heavyweight champion Rocky Balboa serves as a trainer and mentor to Adonis Johnson, the son of his late friend and former rival Apollo Creed.
So
It seems like
Rocky
the movie's
Balboa
about
training
Rocky.
somebody.
Yes.
So it's basically Rocky 5 and Rocky Balboa rebooted.
Yes.
That doesn't sound good to me.
Well-
Rocky's already done the training thing. He trained Tommy Gunn, and then he fought
that movie
outside
doesn't
the ring.
exist.
In the ring. Tommy Gunn only fights in the ring. My ring's outside.
Touch me and I'll sue.
Sue me for what? Why? Why do
Why
we
do you know so much about Rocky 5?
That's what I was just thinking.
Heart and fire. Go, go, go. I see it in your eyes.
I think that's from a different movie.
I
That's
I'm just letting it happen.
That's the rap remake
Yeah.
from Rocky 5.
Oh gosh.
Rocky 5 gave us a lot of terrible things, by the way, but it did give us Measure of a Man by Elton John, which I really, really like. Like, sincerely.
That's from that movie?
Yeah, and it's a great song. It's the song that plays over the credits. That's pretty much the best part of the show. It's Elton John singing this song about,
But the thing is that Rocky Balboa is actually a good movie,
it's fine.
right?
It's an appendage to the great movies.
So here's the thing, and this is the way the trailer sells it, and I think it does it perfectly. This movie is about a kid who wants to box, and there's a legacy in his family, and they only show a brief image. And you're like, oh, cool. It's Michael B. Jordan, not Michael Jordan, who is, even though he was in Fantastic Four, he is a great actor, and he's reteaming with the director of Fruitvale Station, which came out last year, and they both did an amazing job with that movie. And so I think this is going to have a little bit more grit, take itself a lot more seriously. And then at the end of the trailer, he's like, I heard you train my dad. And then he's like, hey, yeah, dude, I trained your dad. And I think Rocky will be an afterthought in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the way I think it's going to go too.
Well, it's a passing the torch movie, but how on earth does Rocky not know Apollo Creed's son? After Apollo, spoiler alert, after Apollo died, I'm pretty sure he would have kept tabs on him the entire time.
He has brain damage.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Remember, he got punched in the head.
And Apollo probably has like 30 kids.
What?
I mean, he's an athlete.
Oh, come on.
Well,
Maybe. But he had a happy marriage with a lovely wife who cried when he died in the ring.
yeah, and I think she's now Felicia Rashad, by the way.
Oh, really? They changed that? I
feel like-
they pulled an Aunt Vivian on Rocky?
Yeah. I think they pulled an amphibian.
Let's switch the actresses. No one will know.
All right,
I
go.
know.
Let's go to yours.
Wait, are you done with Creed?
Yeah, I'm actually really stoked. I thought the trailers sold it.
If they don't put one Creed song in the movie Creed, that's a missed opportunity.
No, I think honestly we'll get like a rap remix of a Survivor song, and I'm fine
That's
with
what
it.
they did in Rocky 5.
No, but like a good one,
Oh, a gangster rap type
a gangster
thing.
rap one.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Number 4 for me comes out October 16th, and it's Crimson Peak.
Number 4, huh?
Directed by Guillermo del Toro. That's how you have to say his name. Let me read the synopsis here. In the aftermath of a family tragedy, an aspiring author is torn between love for her childhood friend and the temptation of a mysterious outsider. Trying to escape the ghosts of her past, she is swept away to a house that breathes, bleeds, and remembers.
Did you just snore?
What?
He did because at the beginning, the synopsis sounds like a
Oh, my
romance
gosh.
novel.
Yeah.
But this, if you haven't seen the
Sorry,
trailer for
yeah.
Crimson Peak, you should go watch it. It's a sequel to Crimson Tide, and it's
Now I'm awake.
And Twin Peaks.
so Crimson Peak is visually, it looks spectacular. The trailer, it's beautiful horror, which is what Guillermo del Toro does very well. Because I mean, if you look at Pan's Labyrinth and stuff like that, it's just this amazing visual experience. And I mean, we got Tom Hiddleston in this one. We got I just blanked on her name. Help me, Jessica Chastain.
Yeah, Jessica Chastain.
And then who's the young lady, the main girl?
Mia Wasikowska.
That's
Worcestershire Shashowski.
Yeah, the one that directed The Matrix. But she's it's a
Charlie
good,
Hunnam's in it.
Solid cast. The visuals look amazing. It looks like a beautiful horror movie, and I love that kind of stuff. The Devil's Backbone.
Yes,
not very scary, but visually just beautiful.
He knows what he's doing. It's gothic horror. I don't know
if it's Hellboy.
What?
I'm not a fan of Hellboy.
Not even Hellboy 2?
I can't. It's Heckboy to me.
Hellboy 2 is a great movie.
I didn't really like the Golden Army.
I like both of them.
Wait, it's one of the Golden Army?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think the Golden Army is one of the best comic book movies
Seriously?
out there.
You don't like either of them?
I've never been a big fan.
Those things are really underappreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait for a 3. I hope they do a 3.
I hope you do too.
What?
I hope. Yes.
Yeah.
But Crimson Peak, I think it's going to be very fun, even if it's not great.
When's it come out again? October?
16th.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Even though I was snoring, I am curious. Like, I do kind of want to see it, but...
Actually, I watched the most recent trailer, and it showed too much.
Like,
you saw too much of the ghosts.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
And I hope they rely less on CG, which it seems like they're doing a lot of.
They're going to do a lot.
But I hope they use Doug Jones, who is the body actor who always works for...
Who gave you a big
He works for who?
What?
Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, Guillermo del Toro.
And he is fantastic. He was the pale man.
Tell the hug story.
Oh, yeah. He hugged me.
Not just hugged you, he embraced you.
No, he embraced me. He grabbed my chin. He's a very touchy-feely guy. And it's strange
this
because...
is on a date. This is their first date. It was kind of awkward.
Me and Doug.
It was
Doug is what I call him.
Comic-Con or...
No, it was FantasyCon last year. And, just went up to him and I said, hey... Big fan. You are terrifying.
Weren't you the moderator on that panel? Is that
No, not for that one.
Oh, you weren't. Okay.
I just went up to him and didn't have to pay any money. He was just more than welcoming. And by the way, the guy is like super stringy.
Yeah.
Very tall.
If you don't know who Doug Jones is, he was the body of the fish guy in Hellboy.
Yes. He also played Pan.
He was Pan in Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah.
And
Pale Man with the eyes.
with the eyes on his hands.
In Hellboy 2, he played like the angel of death.
If you see a really skinny person in a movie, it's probably Doug Jones.
He's in Falling Skies. He plays the main alien.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, talented man.
Seriously talented. And a little bit gropey.
He's not listening.
A lot gropey, actually.
Yeah. But you said it was a nice hug, so I just wanted to bring
he
that
wouldn't
up.
let go.
Oh, that's good.
Like, I usually do the pat, like, we're good, sort of pat. And he was like, no, bring it in, man. Bring it in. And I was like, what is going on here? I have such a bubble.
You act like it was so unsolicited, but you asked for this hug.
That's true.
Well, it's like, I hear you give out hugs.
That's what he said.
I hear
to
you
him.
give really good hugs.
That's what you said.
Okay, that's what I said. And then he gave me a really good hug. But my bubble is like this big. And so,
Well, then you
Let the
open
picture
yourself
fingers
up to
are
that.
close together.
yeah.
All right, that's
So-
my 4, though. Crimson Peak.
So I love how that became a Doug Jones story.
All
All right,
Ken,
so we do number 3?
you're number 3.
My number 3, you've already covered it. It's The Revenant.
Ah.
I am so stoked for this one. I was actually disappointed with Birdman. But, you
You don't think it should have won Best Picture?
No.
What would you have given it to last year?
Boyhood.
Me too.
Or Whiplash.
High five. Well, Whiplash, yeah. I like that better than Birdman too.
Yeah. I think Birdman is a great experimental movie. I actually really liked it up until the end. And then it just kind of broke its own rules.
I didn't like the ending.
Like, I thought Michael Keaton did a great job. I even think he deserved the Oscar. Mm-hmm. But I haven't gone back to it.
If I may say, I think the reason that Birdman won Best Picture is because it appealed to theater movie people who are on the Academy.
Yes.
Whereas Boyhood appealed to everyone who grew up.
So everyone.
Boyhood was just such an amazing experiment in film, and I understand that not a lot of that experiment was on film.
Yeah.
Whereas Birdman really was kind of this experimental in camera.
It's a movie about entertainment, and the Oscars love that.
Yeah, they love that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But okay, talk about The
I'm a
Revenant.
huge fan of Leonardo DiCaprio, and Tom Hardy is also in this movie, and these two are kind of going opposite each other, and I can't wait. I mean, I think this one is going to be exhausting, obviously very slow, but beautiful and worth it.
Nice. Okay. So that's your number 3.
That's my number 3.
All right. My number 3, Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road
Stop
Trip.
it right now.
That is coming out, but that's not it. Spectre.
What?
This is super surprising.
This
is surprising, and I'll explain it. So Spectre is a new James Bond movie, and I'll read the synopsis here. It says, a cryptic message from Bond's past sends him on a trail to uncover a sinister organization. While M battles political forces to keep the secret service alive, Bond peels back the layers of deceit to reveal the terrible truth behind Spectre.
Skyfall!
Let the sky fall! I have... Admittedly, I have not been the biggest fan of the new James Bond.
Not
franchise.
been the biggest fan. You tore it apart.
You do. You don't even. You say it's not even James.
It's more Bourne than Bond. But the little boy in me, every time a Bond movie comes up, I'm like, Bond movie. And I love the music.
No. I'm going to call you on this. Like, if you sit in the theater, are you really going to be like, hey, I'm here watching Spectre? Like, are you even going to see this in the theater?
Probably.
You are, and you're going to be excited for what's about to happen.
Probably.
You're
Because
not
I
just.
love-
You hated the last.
You're not
one.
even going to expect
I've heard
another Skyfall?
So much venom at that.
Quantum of Solace was the one I spewed the most venom at. We've
Not
had
the last
we've
one.
had Skyfall since then, which was James Bond Home Alone, which was awesome.
You don't mean awesome.
No,
Yeah, you've never said this. You're totally turning.
No, I like James Bond. I like him as a character, and each time it's like what were you bringing up the other day, Kent? Where you have hope each time a new one comes along. It's like maybe this one's going to be good.
Oh, darn it!
And that's how I feel. Is like this one's going to be back to James Bond that I know and love. And if not, well, just wait for the Kingsman sequel. But I like James Bond movies. I do.
Like, what do you expect from this one? Like, all of a sudden, you're going to be turned by Daniel Craig's performance, and you're going to say,
Well, it's not Daniel Craig. Was it Sam Mendes? Is that the guy directing?
"Yeah,
it?
Sam Mendes is
Yeah, I'm
doing
not
it
a big
again."
fan of Sam Mendes' work.
Like, do you think this is
Yeah.
going to turn you around? Like, I think you're going to walk away going, "Yeah, they made an entertaining movie."
As long as they don't mention Vespa, I think I'll be fine.
They will.
I don't want them to.
Yeah.
I don't want to know about Bond's. Okay, Bond has a brother, whatever. But I don't want to go back to his boyhood home. I don't want to have him mourning over Vespa.
Too
I
late.
want him to be James
You're doing
Bond doing James Bond.
What if
things.
his brother is Blofeld, and they try to tie that in with the old James Bond mythology and kind of ruin
It's fine.
what was done before?
Okay, the mythology is so messed up already. There's not much they can do about it. This is a reboot.
Yeah, but you like where
They
it
started.
was.
They started this over. They essentially Star Trek'd this and said, "This is an alternate dimension. We're going to see how Bond becomes Bond." I'm hoping in this one he's finally Bond.
I don't know.
It's not going to happen like that.
So you want me to go back to?
I want you to go back
the
to
road
hating
ship?
it.
Krampus.
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 That just surprises me. I thought this would be on your bottom.
No. What?
I thought James Bond would be on your
I do have a
bottom.
Spectre tattoo on my bottom.
Like, I think it would be an entertaining movie, but for you, I didn't picture it.
I'm a James Bond fan.
When does this one come out?
This one comes out October 26th.
Oh,
November 6th.
November?
I believe so. IMDb says November 6th.
Oh, I think Wikipedia
I mean, not
said
like it
something
matters.
else.
Whatever.
No,
Later
it
tomorrow.
matters. It matters to me.
Yeah, because how many
26th of
movies are you actually going to see?
26th of October 2015 in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Whoops.
How many movies are you actually going to see in the theater
All of
until
them.
the end of the year?
All of them,
Are you?
maybe.
every last one.
I do want to go to the movies more often. I do want to take my wife
gonna go
wife
to the
out on more
Martian?
dates. So,
Martian.
would you call me?
Are you going to see the Martian?
Yeah. Are you going to see The Martian?
I don't know, especially based on Kent's review of it. I don't know.
What are you talking
I
about?
liked it.
He said it was like there's
He had just
Interstellar's
I
his
can't
best.
say anything about it right now.
Okay, we'll talk about it later.
You can talk about whatever you want, but I can't say anything.
Well, why don't you go to number 2 then?
Well, I think we should kind of mix it up, and we should, do some other movies like honorable mentions or whatnot.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
Let's
I mean,
go
Jake,
some-
you, this is your show.
All right. Eric,
Wait,
you know
it's
what?
Jake's show now? When
Oh
did that
no, what have
happen?
I done?
Did we vote on this?
Evil laugh. All right, here's my whole list, right? And just like really fast, right?
Okay.
Number 5
Boo.
is Creed.
Oh,
Number 4, Joy.
boo.
Joy. 3 is Martian. 2 is Macbeth, and 1 is Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't have Jake participate in this.
What? That's mean. Macbeth is a great choice. Marianne Cotillard and Michael Fassbender, 2 of the best actors out there.
The trailer
it looks
did
legit.
nothing for me. I like Shakespeare.
Really?
The trailer's basically the Revenant trailer.
No,
Like, what are you talking about?
I like
Except
Shakespeare.
better.
Maybe it's because I watched them back to back, but I watched. I like Macbeth. I like Shakespeare.
Yeah.
I've seen a very good adaptation of Macbeth. That was a modern day adaptation, Scotland, PA, with Christopher Walken. Very entertaining.
I don't know what you just said, but
There's
sure.
a movie called Scotland, PA. It's a modern day adaptation.
Oh, Scotland, PA.
Scotland, PA.
Never heard of that.
And it's set in modern days. It's Macbeth. And it's like fast food empires. Christopher Walken is a detective in it. It's actually very good. I recommend that.
That sounds terrible.
It's a. Oh,
It sounds like a Much Ado About Nothing.
Ken,
It videotaped at someone's vacation home in Joss Whedon.
Ken.
Yes.
It's an indie film not many people have heard of.
Oh, cool. I'll watch it. Will there be a Christmas demon?
Yes, there are at least 6 Krampi.
Grandpa?
Plural of Krampus. No, that's actually not a bad list. Macbeth, when I saw the trailer.
It's like, that's not bad.
No, I liked it. I'd mock it, but it's a lot of on there I've actually thought about seeing. And
Is Macbeth on either of your lists?
No.
It's my honorable mention.
Your honorable mention. Okay.
Would you say his list is as good as a McRib?
Yes, I would. Yes, I
it's
would.
way better than a McRib.
As good or better.
I approve of the
Krampus
list.
is basically the movie equivalent of the McRib.
Krampus.
Yeah.
All right, so I will give my number 2. Joel, once again, has covered this. This is where we get a little bit predictable,
We are going to get predictable.
but I'll try to mix it up after. Crimson Peak. If it were not for one other movie, which we'll get to, Crimson Peak would be my movie. This one and Mad Max were ones I've been looking forward to
And you're going to be seeing
for
it.
over a year and a half.
You're going to be seeing Crimson Peak very soon, aren't you?
Yeah, in about a week.
Wow. Lucky.
Cannot wait.
I hear you're taking Just Jess. Is that true?
Yeah, I'm taking Just Jess.
From the Radio Ronin.
Yeah, Pod Galvin. Yeah, so, and she's excited. I've actually offered this to a few people, but it's
one
a
wanted
rated
to?
R horror movie.
Oh.
And so it's going to be a little dark. And I say too dark for a lot of people.
But Guillermo del Toro, I have to say
Yes.
it right. When he does these horror movies, even when they're not hard R. It's mostly because thematic.
Hold on, though. You remember Pan's Labyrinth and the bottle in the face? That one was incredibly violent for 2 scenes.
That was.
And it was too much for a lot of people.
It was pretty gruesome.
But yes, it is mostly thematic. And I just can't wait. I want a gothic haunted house story that's not The Woman in Black.
Yeah. You don't want Harry Potter in your horror movies?
No.
Can I do want to say something just
Yeah.
on the record. Having no knowledge really about the movie, because I try to actively avoid spoilers about movies and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. This is coming from complete ignorance. Totally vampires in Crimson Peak. It's got to be.
Not at all.
I'm thinking it's vampires.
Vampires.
I think it's vampires.
That feels pulled out of nowhere.
They seem to be these immortal beings, and there's blood in the house, and they have this
Hey,
secret. and
have you seen Burnt Offerings?
Tom Hiddleston looks pale. What?
Have you seen Burnt Offerings?
Is that old?
Yes. 1970s movie?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be more like that.
The haunted house? Just the haunted house?
Well, but remember, the 2 caretakers live forever
right.
because the house takes care of whoever's in the house.
That's true.
It makes these people live forever.
So those are. Do you know spoilers? Are you giving this out of knowledge?
No, I'm just kind of saying, since you're guessing, I'm going to guess
Okay,
as well.
so I guess vampires. You guess haunted house.
Yes.
Well, the trailer gives so much away. It's
It
not
does.
even that much of a question.
Yeah, you see like an old photo of Tom Hiddleston. It's like, oh, he's been around for a little bit.
Vampire.
He's not a vampire.
Didn't you see that part when he moved the umbrella and he sparkled in the sun? Totally a vampire.
In the part where Mia Wasikowska jumps on his back and they run up a tree.
Exactly. Like Looney Tunes.
You're my own personal brand of heroin.
Oh, God. Twilight is terrible.
Shut up, Twilight.
There's a soundbite right there.
Yeah, true story. But Crimson Peak, oh man, I cannot wait. If this movie is even somewhat not great, I'll be really broken up about it. Like, this will affect me.
I already saw it.
I really
It's not
hope
that
it
great.
We're not talking about the McRib.
Oh, okay.
My number 2
Okay.
is Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension.
What?
No, it's not that.
I was going to say.
He gives us a fake one every time.
I know, stop doing that. Every time I'm all, really, Joel?
I'm kidding. It's Point Break. I'm kidding. Okay. I'll give you my real one.
Our faces right now.
I had a fake one for each one of these, but I didn't do it on Crimson Peak, and I was like, I got to use that one again.
It's hilarious, Joel.
Paranormal Activities, by the way, they just get worse and worse. And so I'm
I
not excited for
disagree.
those. No, what? They're terrible.
I disagree.
Did you see the trailer for this latest one?
That's a new podcast.
No, I haven't. Well, here's the thing. I don't care about the series enough to actually watch the trailer for the new one. I'm still going to see it.
I watched the trailer because of Radio Ronin. When Chunga and Spinari were talking about
they
the
were-
trailer, and
they
I was
were
like,
going
that sounds like a
crazy
pretty
for
cool
it.
trailer.
You know, but it is what, and they're saying this one is actually, and by the way, this is not Joel's selection.
No,
so
this
when
is
we
not.
talk about this,
This is not.
Yeah.
This is a sidetrack.
this is supposed to close out the series. Which
Maybe.
is, finally.
They keep dragging it on.
I actually think 3 stands out. Paranormal Activity
Which
3.
one was 3? Was that the
in
one where
the
they had the
80s
camera?
with the 2 twins?
Or
or 2 girls or whatever.
In the 80s when they had the camera that was high definition.
On the oscillating fan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally terrible. My brother,
No, I thought that was an awesome movie.
each year my brother and I watch the newest Paranormal Activity together.
Yeah.
And each year when it gets done, we're like, why did we do that? These are so dumb.
No, I think 3 is, like, in terms of scares and humor, one of the most well-balanced. Because 1 and 2, they're just dragging. And then
One
at the
did
end,
it
there's
right.
a shock scare.
Looking back on 1, it doesn't hold up because of all the ones after that. But
Yeah.
Paranormal Activity is not that good.
Paranormal Xbox, Kinect. that one was awful.
All right,
That was
go back
terrible.
to
And
your-
then Mexican Paranormal with Simon.
I didn't see that one yet.
Oh, okay.
El Paranormal Actividad.
But Ghost Dimension,
Actividad Paranormal.
I mean, let's just end it.
Yeah.
Please.
Anyway, my actual number 2 is The Hateful Eight. Comes out December 25th, directed by
Why is
Quentin
Joel
Tarantino.
putting this and not me?
I
don't
know.
know.
He's got Hateful Eight.
I wasn't
and
sold on the
James
Hateful Eight.
Bond. I mean, basically, he loves the new James Bond and he loves Tarantino.
Did you get someone else's list?
No, this is my list.
He did.
Is this like a website that you're like,
I wasn't sold.
top 5 most...
Well, this is nothing like your summer list. This is
I looked
summer
at all
list
the
was
movies-
like, I want to see the Adam Sandler movie and Ant-Man. And now,
Yeah,
those-
when you
you're
said
like, I wanna
Pixels
see
last time,
That's because
Tarantino.
that was summer blockbuster. Now I'm taking myself more seriously.
You have, like, bad upcoming taste. What? Like, anything you, like, await is, like, usually going to be bad.
I'm worried about that with all these.
Like, I think after the fact, your opinion is okay. But things you look forward to are pretty much terrible.
They're saying, wait, okay, out of The Revenant, Crimson Peak, Spectre, and The Hateful Eight, which one of those is terrible?
Okay. You're right, but I don't think it's your opinion.
Wait, no, just stop it. You're right.
I can cut that out.
I looked through all the movies that were coming out, and these are the ones that jumped out to me. And Hateful Eight, I have to admit, like back when it was the leaked script and all that,
Yeah.
didn't appeal to me. I was kind of like, whatever, another Tarantino film. Then I saw the trailer, and I went, oh, this is one of those, a bunch of strangers trapped together in a one location, and there's this tension because one person wants to, or the other people want to kill this one person. It pulled me in, and I was like, I really want to see this movie. And Tarantino always has great dialogue. It's always fun to see.
He
that.
does.
Oh, I'll read I should read the synopsis first. In post-Civil War Wyoming, bounty hunters try and find shelter during a blizzard, but get involved in a plot of betrayal and deception. Will they survive? That's from IMDb. So
Yeah.
But it intrigues me, and I love a good strangers trapped together movie, like Identity and stuff like that.
Well, it's got a guy from Justified. I can't think of the actor's name.
It has a lot.
Walter Goggins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's really great in Justified. That's about the only thing that made me interested. Otherwise, this is one on my list of I hope it fails.
What?
I hope it falls flat.
Samuel
on
L.
its stupid
Jackson, Kurt
Tarantino
Russell,
face.
Jennifer Jason Leigh, Walton Goggins, your guys' favorite person, Tim Roth, Bruce Dern. This looks like a fun movie.
You hate Tarantino, Jake?
Yeah,
Like, hate.
yeah.
Have you ever been won over to the side of Tarantino?
I haven't.
Not with a Kill Bill or Inglourious?
No, I don't even like Kill Bill.
Did you just edit yourself?
Glorious.
You totally just edited
Just
yourself.
looked at Joel when he was about to.
No, he
finish
was like,
that movie
Inglourious
title,
And I looked right at Joel. Joel looked at me.
No, we're gonna have. Like,
I take your family friendly and I raise you by 2.
No. We'll you just say it and then we'll bleep you over with Joel saying family friendly at the end.
Yeah, we'll make that the edit button.
Family friendly.
I love that you would have called me on it, though, for the name of a movie.
I didn't call you on it.
You would have been a little suspicious.
No, it's misspelled, so it's okay.
The Inglorious.
I love that you're blaming me for something I didn't even do.
Don't you just love Tarantino's movie Inglorious? I feel so pathetic right now. This is your fault, Joel.
I didn't even do anything.
I blame you.
I feel like I'm like the parent in the room here, like, kids.
Oh crap! I forgot Joel's in the room.
You caught it though.
Wish I was like Pod Goblin.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't like him. The opening
man.
to Inglorious.
Stop saying it.
Inglorious. Children born out of wedlock.
The opening to that is fantastic. Like it really is.
The entire
fantastic.
movie is fantastic. I think it is.
really is a lot of
the
fun.
rest of the movies.
It's a pitch perfect movie.
Nonsense.
Although I think, if I may
The
say
rest is
so,
nonsense.
if I may say so,
You're crazy.
Nazis are lazy
I'm
villains.
going to shoot Hitler a whole lot.
Yeah, Nazis are
Nazi-
easy villains.
It's easy villains because you don't have no backstory. You just put a swastika on their arm. And it's
what
like,
what
hey,
about
whatever.
slave owners though? They're easy villains once again.
Yeah, that's what you do. It's the easy villain. It's the bad guy. It's the white hat versus black hat. You know who your good guys are. You know who your bad guys are. It's fine, but I think it's going to be a fun movie. I think it's going to be a fun movie, and I really look forward to that. So
When you watch it,
I'm just
in, like,
shocked. I mean,
July.
I guess that you've never talked about Tarantino all that much, but you've never liked him. Like there is
he
such
turns me off so fast. Like as soon as I'm watching,
turn you off or whatever. I know his stuff is really pretty harsh, but what he's done for film,
it's childish. It's not harsh.
genre
It's
bending,
childish.
game changing.
He plays into a genre of it's kind of his own, but it's kind of this conglomeration of previous genres.
Which he's
fine.
influenced so many directors.
Yes, he's influenced them by saying, "You can do more childish things, Michael Bay." You know, like that. That's
you kidding
basically
me?
his influence to me. No,
Wow.
No, he's like, let's get a bunch. Like this is my audience. I'm Tarantino. My audience is. I'm going to channel.
Great.
My
Jacob thinks he's Tarantino now.
I'm going to channel
You
my,
gotta talk like this.
my 14 or 15-year-old boy, and I'm a little demented. I've been abused. I'm sexually frustrated. Family friendly, and and I'm going to make a movie about
Okay,
this. Like,
guys.
that's
I couldn't
Tarantino.
say
Okay.
bastards, and he can say sexually frustrated.
Yeah, it's not an actual curse word.
I like how they all
It's a
look at me
descriptor.
like, "Is this okay, Joel?"
Joel, I'm sorry, but I did.
I'm disappointed in both of you. Wait until
I
your
think we
father
need an
gets home.
entire show on Tarantino now. I need to dig into this. This is not the
We're going to
time.
get the same type of hate as Doctor Who. There's going to be
I
people
don't
out there being
care.
Like, oh,
Like,
Tarantino.
there are certain things that I think are valuable
Most
to
people-
talk about.
Most people like him. Honestly, I find I'm normally the outlier on that.
You're a liar.
Outlier.
Get out, liar.
Anyway,
All right. So should we just jump on to our number one?
Yeah.
I think we should.
Okay.
All right.
One.
Should we say it at the same time?
Yeah.
One, two, three. Gem
Good
of the
dinosaur.
holograms. Fake out.
I really wish I saw Gem and the Holograms as I'm looking at the upcoming
should've.
movies because I would have said Gem and the Holograms.
You should have said, "Oh, that would have been so good." So we both went for the fake one because Kent and I will both agree that Star Wars Episode 7 is the most anticipated movie of 2015.
and how can you not say that?
I didn't want to.
And understand.
I knew you guys would, and so I wanted to be like, I'm going to be the outlier here. But, yeah.
Why is everyone trying to be outliers?
It's
What's
fun.
wrong with the mainstream?
It's just.
It's the mainstream for a reason.
But the thing is, whether this movie is good or bad, we're all going to be sitting there and just being like, what am I about to see?
Well, here's the only reason I'm genuinely excited. The only reason is number one is because of
Wait,
J.J.
the only
Abrams.
reason is number one. Does that mean there's going to be a
Because
number
it's
two?
number one. I said no. The only reason it is number one
Oh, okay.
is because of J.J. Abrams. Because
No,
I disagree.
I disagree.
Totally
For
disagree.
me,
Wholeheartedly
for me,
disagree.
It's the only reason because the prequels, it was like okay, everybody's excited, flat on their face.
You attach
right?
Star Wars to a movie, it's going to be the number
No,
one.
I had no anticipation.
Even Attack of the Clones would have probably made my number. Well, no, it wouldn't have. But I'm just saying, like anything with Star Wars, you're going to be like, I wonder what I'm about to watch.
Yes, but
there's
number
interest.
One, but number one, immediately the most anticipated.
No,
one.
I think J.J. Abrams is like the number 19 reason to watch this movie. Like I like
No
Super
way.
8. I think he did a good job with Star Trek. I think any director of his status could have done the same sort of movie. I mean, we'll see.
it feels like it's
obviously.
in good hands with J.J. Abrams, but it's definitely not
It's
the
not-
reason
he's not
why I'm
selling
like,
points.
ooh,
It's
ooh,
not
ooh.
that J.J. Abrams is such a spectacular director; it's that he's so reliable. That's why.
You were going to say good looking, weren't you?
No, I don't think he's that good looking. Right?
He likes the glasses look.
Yeah, like the short man with glasses. Yeah. Anyway, no, it's because of his
Soundbite.
reliability.
But I don't want to talk about Star Wars too much though, because I am actively avoiding information about this movie. Like walking.
let me
away.
tell you
Give him
about
the spoilers.
Yeah, so Luke
No,
Skywalker,
stop it,
right?
Stop it. Stop it.
He's got a beard.
I watched the trailer. I watched a couple trailers, the teaser trailer, and I watched the full trailer. That's pretty much where I stopped. Every time they release like a new,
You know, a new
clip-
trailer is coming out any day, right?
I know.
Are you going to watch it?
Possibly.
You just
You
watched
will.
the McConaughey trailer.
But I hate trailers because then, I mean, even in The Visit, we went to go see The Visit.
Yeah.
I was watching it and enjoying it, and then I went, oh, wait, this part in the trailer hasn't happened yet. That still has to happen. It's probably going to happen at this time. That's what's going to happen if I watch too many
By
trailers
the way,
for Star Wars.
things
I hate that.
things in the Martian trailer aren't in the movie. I'll just say that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He's not really on Mars?
It's weird.
The whole time?
Yeah, it's some VR simulation.
But I walk away whenever they release new character information or on-set photos or stuff like that because I want to go into this as blind as possible. Because I already want to see it. I'm already anticipating. It is my most anticipated movie of this year. But I want to go in and I want to be surprised.
It's impossible not to be excited about this. Remember 2 years ago when they announced that Disney was buying LucasArts or Lucas and
Yeah.
everything? This was big news. This is some of the biggest geek news in 5 years, I would say. And so it's impossible, even if you don't care about Star Wars, this is once again bringing back a franchise that changed everything to start with.
And it gives you a new hope, if I may. That this movie... Don't roll your eyes at me, Kent.
I'm just worried we're going to see like copycat movies, like an Attack of the Clones.
We could.
of crappy sci-fi movies
But
after.
this is a new. I mentioned the hope thing because George Lucas kind of dragged the prequels through the mud. He no longer has control.
So what you need is a director won't make a stupid movie.
Well, it's in good hands, and it's Disney now, and so it's a different set of people handling this mythology. And I think that's why all of us are kind of like, okay, this could be good. It could be bad. Can we just say that? It could be as bad.
No. It couldn't. It's not going to be bad.
No, it could be.
It could be okay.
It could be as bad as the prequels.
At this point, it couldn't be any worse.
No, it can't be worse.
It only has up. Yeah, I mean, it can only be a little bit better. It could pull a Fantastic
Four and be the lowest rated Star Wars movie ever.
There's no way, though.
I don't think it will. But I think we all have the hope that it will be good because we believe that, J.J. Abrams is a good director. It's a story we all know and love.
Good director or not, Disney is not going to let this thing fail.
He's going to do the same thing he did with Star Trek, which is what Disney is probably asking him to do, which is you bring in the old cast, you make it nostalgic, you play it safe.
Right.
You think he's going to have Leonard Nimoy come back?
Probably.
Oh, rest in peace.
Yeah. Actually, Leonard Nimoy plays BB-8, the little droid.
Oh,
the little
adorable.
ball droid. Yeah.
Aw.
So, yeah, Star Wars. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping that Baconsale is able to go see it together and give you guys a full review.
Consider it done.
Hint.
Consider it done. It's one of those screenings that, they don't have to have critics come screen it because, well, it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
And they don't need our word of mouth.
Right.
But, I think we'll be able to see it. Maybe a week or so early.
I just can't wait to see that part in Star Wars when he rubs his earring and says, "Let's do this, Synergy," and then turns into Jem. And it's truly outrageous. Truly outrageous.
Gosh.
Did you have any other honorable mentions you want to talk about, Ken? We got our number ones, but any others that you want to talk about?
One that I'm seeing coming up next week is called Sicario. Has Emily Blunt in it, Josh Brolin,
That's
and
the FBI one?
Benicio del Toro.
Yes.
The FBI and the cartel. I think it's DEA.
Yeah. No, idealistic FBI agents enlisted by an elected government task force to aid in the escalating war against drugs at the border area between U.S. and Mexico.
Awesome. But same director, it's Denis Villeneuve, and he did Enemy. He also did Prisoners with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Both stressful.
Yeah, so he's great. He knows tension, and so I'm hoping this is really good.
And we like Emily Blunt.
A lot.
Yeah.
In the Heart of the Sea, Ron Howard's movie with Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, the whale one. The one that, not the Moby Dick adaptation, but the story that Moby Dick was based on.
Confusing, but yes.
Yeah.
This one was supposed to come out in April, and then Ron Howard's like, I want this one to be nominated for Oscars. And I don't think it will be. I think it was kind of a weird move.
It looks like a Master and Commander type thing. Where
it does.
Scale, it's going to be impressive. The look of it's going to be impressive, but it's not going to go too good.
There will be cannibalism.
Is that the sequel to There Will Be Blood? There will be blood. There will be cannibalism.
There will be cannibalism.
There will be indigestion. That's the trilogy right there.
So I'm pretty excited. That one comes out December 11th.
Okay.
We have not mentioned Steve Jobs.
We never do.
Yeah. Who cares?
Are you saying who cares because
it's
you like Ashton Kutcher's movies so much?
Oh gosh. No, because it feels dated already to me. And I feel like the time's passed for this to
Do you think the sweet spot of when a Steve Jobs movie should have been made is already gone?
It's already passed. Now, I'm not
What
saying
have I
that's going to
told
make it
you?
irrelevant. I'm going to say it's just going to make it it's just going to be a watch at home thing now. That's all.
But what if I told you Danny Boyle was directing it?
Is he?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the only reason this movie intrigues me. Because Steve Jobs, as innovative as he was,
Then
his story
I'll look
never
forward to it when I watch it at home.
Yeah, his story never appealed to me.
Well, not only Danny Boyle, but the writer of The Social Network and The West Wing, Aaron Sorkin,
I did see that.
He does like to pirate his own writing.
He does.
He's actually terrible at it and makes me disrespect him.
Terrible, but it's a popcorn terrible. It's the Michael Bay kind of thing where it has its appeal.
I'm very interested in the experiment of this movie because it is 4 critical moments in Steve Jobs' life, and those 4 scenes are the movie. Mm-hmm. So it's not just like a play-by-play like Jobs was.
When he was born, when he tried the McRib for the first time, when he saw Krampus, and his death.
But I think it's going to be really good. Once again, I think Fassbender's a little miscast, but he's a great actor and he'll pull it off. This movie was supposed to be Christian Bale, David Fincher, and Aaron Sorkin.
Yeah.
The other 2 had to pull out, but I think Christian Bale would have been perfect.
He would have played it well.
He would have pulled the look off totally.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think this will be a really solid movie, probably similar, like Oscar love, to Social Network.
Yeah, if it comes out on Rotten Tomatoes and it's 98%, I'll see it. Otherwise,
I probably will just because it's Danny Boyle.
Yeah.
I like him as a director.
In theater, Joel?
Probably not. It's a DVD one.
Otherwise, this one is way not my genre, but Brooklyn.
Nine-Nine?
Yeah.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Da-na-da-da-da.
You guys done?
Dun, 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 dun.
You guys finished?
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. There you go. Finished.
So Brooklyn was a Sundance movie, kind of swept Sundance. Saoirse Ronan is the lead in this one.
Oh, she's adorable.
She's adorable, and this one is a romance.
Well, she's like 25 now.
I know, but it's just I picture this little Irish girl from what's that one movie with the girl's name? Hannah? Is it just Hannah?
Yeah, it's just Hannah. That's an awesome movie.
Yeah.
This one, though, I mean, I'll read the description, and it's totally not my kind of movie.
Sorry, you like Hannah?
Yeah, I like Hannah a lot.
Oh, okay. Different topic. That's crazy.
What?
Nothing.
I don't think Jake likes violence
He
at
probably
all.
doesn't.
Hannah's ridiculous, but we can do that some other time.
We'll talk about that.
Wow.
We can talk about that another time.
So in 1950s Ireland and New York, so it's kind of an immigrant story, young Ellis Lacey has to choose between two men and two countries. So Domhnall Gleeson's in this movie. Not a
Domhnall
ton,
Gleeson.
but he's one of the men. And it's just a romance. And apparently this one just like...
Between him and Saoirse Ronan?
No, it's she is choosing between him and another guy. And it's just very...
He's like 20 times her age.
Nah,
Oh, no, sorry. I'm sorry. I was thinking of a completely different actor.
not Brendan Gleeson.
That's who I was thinking of.
No. Not Mad-Eye Moody.
No, that's what I was picturing.
Mad-Eye Moody and Hannah hooking up.
That's why. Kit
That's
likes
why I
this
was
movie.
so worried. I
Oh
was
my
like, what are you
gosh.
talking about? I thought you were joking.
You weirdo.
Donald Gleason.
Happened in your brain.
Donald Gleason, not
Domhnall Gleeson.
Yes, okay.
His son.
Mad-Eye Moody.
Domhnall Gleeson from About Time. Maybe it's a movie you've heard
Yes.
of, Joel?
Domhnall. Dom. I can never say his name right.
Yeah.
Domhnall. Domhnall.
Okay, we're good?
Domhnall.
But I'm very excited. Not my genre, but no. And then last, Spectre will be interesting. Yeah.
What? You hate James Bond. You hate everything about James Bond.
I just think
it would have made more sense for Kent to have it on his list because he's okay with the Sam Mendes more.
yeah,
than you
I'm fine with it. Skyfall made so
Let
much
the
money.
Sky fall. Trigger words.
It made so much money that I think they're going to play it safe and make this one just the same kind of movie.
Just like it. Yep.
Yeah,
They just need to get away from this arc. Give me the standalone Bonds.
it's true. Okay, Joel, honorable mentions?
I did mention The Martian because it does intrigue me. The Walk.
Yeah.
I liked the Man on Wire documentary about the guy who walked the tightrope between the two twin towers.
But do you need to see a movie about it?
I'm intrigued to see
seem
how they
so.
do it because the documentary plays out like a heist movie. It's
Yeah.
very entertaining. I want to see if Joseph Gordon-Levitt pulls it off and that the movie is as good as the documentary. I don't think it will be, honestly, though.
No.
I'll probably recommend seeing on Man on Wire. Sicario, I mentioned that. Room. Not The Room. Room.
I did not hit her.
Oh, hi, Mark. Room, I'll read the synopsis. Escaping from the captivity in which they have been held for half a decade, a young woman and her 5-year-old son struggle to adjust to the strange, terrifying, and wondrous world of their one-room prison.
Until one day when a Christmas demon arrives.
Krampus! It's loosely based on those events that have happened fairly recently when they found that woman who'd been
Kimmy Schmidt.
kidnapped. Yeah, no, well, yes, kind of, and had children, stuff like that. And they've been in this room, and that's all they knew. And so I think that'd be an interesting movie to come out.
You seen that,
Burnt?
Kid?
I've seen 2 episodes.
Burnt. Bradley.
Oh, you mean
Cooper's
Kitchen
movie.
Confidential?
Yes. I like Bradley Cooper. I think he's
Yeah,
a good
he's good.
actor, and I watched the trailer and thought this seems like an interesting movie, but not interesting enough to make my most
Yeah,
top 5
I wasn't
list.
even interested enough to watch the trailer. Like, oh, he's a chef. That's awesome.
Yeah. And then I did say The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 because I'm excited to see if they change the ending because for those of you who read the book, the ending is kind of awful.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll Hollywoodize it a bit more. And I'm also just excited for this series to
There's
be
still
over.
another movie after this, right?
No.
No, this is
I'm
it.
pretty sure there's another one. Like they're doing
I
some
hope,
epilogue.
I'm just excited to see this
For 90
franchise
minutes.
end. I feel bad saying that. I want this franchise to end. I want it to be done. I want Insurgent and Divergent and Detergent to all be done.
Yeah.
It's just this. Let's stop with this genre for a while.
I don't know. I mean, there are many people many series that are willing to take the mantle. Maze Runner and Divergent, as you said. So,
So, yeah, those are my honorable mentions. There's some that I will see in theaters that I want to see in theaters, but a lot of them I'm like, that's a DVD wait. I don't need to be in a big room, big theater to see that. Well, Jacob's yawning. Looks like it's time to end.
I was yawning. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I guess that's all of it. So if
movies that we want to fail? Should we add a little
let's do
twist?
that. Oh, also, I didn't mention my The clickbait is probably Danish Girl. Or not clickbait.
Clickbait. Oscar bait.
Oscar bait, yeah.
Click here to see Danish Girl.
You number 6 will surprise you.
Yeah, my hope to fail was Hateful Eight, and I hope is actually good as Bond was my my other mentions. But
I'll actually be fine if Hateful Eight fails, because I am so tired of the revenge genre for Tarantino.
He needs to try something else.
It just, I really liked Django until it was like
Django!
crazy bloody for the last 20 minutes. Because I thought they had a good movie.
Isn't that why you liked Cabin in the Woods?
Yeah, well, oh my gosh. That movie is so much fun, though.
It is fun.
I feel like Tarantino just indulges way too much into his
Has
own
he had
style.
a flop? Has Tarantino had a flop?
Yeah, Death Proof.
That's
Jackie
right.
Brown as well.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's due for another, but I hope it's not this one, because this one looked fun.
I don't know. I hope it is this one. Because I want him to make
How
a movie
dare
like
you,
Reservoir
sir.
Dogs again. I thought that movie is so original that it's a heist movie, not about a heist.
Yeah, that never shows the heist.
Yeah, I thought that was great.
It's
and I wish he
intriguing.
could make a movie like that again.
But he's not going to.
instead, it's like overly simple and lots of violence.
What movie?
That sounds like the
All his
McRib again.
movies.
You're crazy.
Overly simple, lots of violence.
Yeah.
Which movie do you hope fails?
I really don't have one on the list that I hope fails, but I think Point Break is going to just die at the box office. It's not going to do well. And that's not true. I actually hope Gem and the Hologram fails. Legitimately, I do, because it doesn't stay faithful to the original cartoon. They've taken out the supernatural and turned it into this Hannah Montana type thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's going to fail, and I hope it will fail.
Have you watched that cartoon?
Gem and the Holograms?
Yeah. Recently?
Not recently.
My daughter was watching it, and like their managers like slap them and punch them.
Seriously?
Yes. And I was like,
that's truly outrageous.
oh my gosh. Okay, I know I mentioned Hateful Eight. That's really not the movie I hope fails. There's one movie that I want to fail. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
No!
You want it to fail?
It's
Why
my
would
number
you
one
want that
movie.
to fail?
I want it to fail as much as I want it to
You're
be
talking
great.
out of both sides of your mouth right
you,
now.
You want something to talk about, really, right? Because you're not like, you just don't want a mediocre.
You don't want a mainstream movie to be successful.
It's not that. It's that there is so much hype going into this movie, and we've seen Star Wars be as terrible as it can get. I want all this hype to just go.
There you go.
I bought all these
there
toys.
you go, listeners. Are you happy? Are you
I
happy
bought these
Kent
toys
dating
for
again?
$1,000, and now I have a bunch of Jar Jar action figures.
All those people who like Kent being bitter and mean are like, yeah, he's back. He's back.
Like, I think it will be a good movie. I don't think it will be great. But what if it's bad? Won't that be so much fun?
No.
Because they have planned a Star Wars movie for every year for the next 10 years. And if they start off with a bad one,
At the end, they're like pulling like these random actors that no one wants anymore.
like what if it's
all
like
right, Richard Grieco, you're starring. Come on up.
like what if it's like a Princess Leia Carrie Fisher story? And you're like, oh, this is terrible.
It could be, but I don't think it's going to be bad. And I don't want it to fail.
I do.
Because you're evil. Deep down inside, you're
No, it's not evil. It's I'm curious.
You're an inglorious.
Just frustrated. But like, wouldn't it be kind of fun if we got another episode 1? Like, all the hype went into it. Everyone sees this movie and they're like, that was awesome. That pod race scene was so cool. And then they go home, they're like, I just can't lie to myself anymore. I can't do it.
We're all going to lie to ourselves, Ken. No matter how bad it is, we're going to be like,
BB-8's adorable. As they're doing their remote control in their living room, and they're like, oh no, it's another Jar Jar.
no, BB-8 will never be another Jar Jar.
What if?
He won't be. He doesn't talk.
Wouldn't it be fun if it was a failure?
No, stop saying it.
By the way, Hayden Christensen is supposed to play, rumored to play Darth Vader.
Why are you
in the
telling
new
me
movies. Oh,
information?
crap, sorry.
Good heavens!
Wouldn't that be awesome, though?
No!
What if he takes off the mask?
You know what'd be awesome? Stabbing you in the face right now.
I saw this movie trailer a few weeks ago.
Stop
and
it.
No. This is not Star Wars. And then, like, there's this guy with a beard, and I'm watching him in the trailer. I'm like, he's a really wooden actor, whoever that guy is. And then he says this line. I'm like, man, that guy's terrible. Wait, I know him. That's Hayden Christensen. And he's in,
With
like,
a beard?
some, like...
What movie?
It was like a Christian movie, like, strictly Christian movie. Like, I didn't know. I started watching the trailer. I'm like,
Like a
this seems
Christian Bale movie?
mainstream, like feel-good Christian movie, and it's got him in it. And, anyway...
Yeah.
But, like, you can spot his bad acting from anywhere.
Like, would your heart be broken if Star Wars was not good?
Yes.
It would?
Yes.
You've gone through now probably the majority of your life knowing that Star Wars has been half bad.
It doesn't matter because it'll make so much money, and then they'll make all the others.
that, Jake. Your yawn voice.
That was my yawn voice.
He's had too many McRibs. He's a little sleepy.
All right, I'm sorry to play the antagonist, but someone needs to say it.
No,
we
you
can't
are
all
not
be
sorry to
we
play
can't
the
all be
antagonist. You revel in it.
we can't all be cheerleaders for something that no one has seen.
No, but there's going to be the haters out there. No matter how good it is, there's going to be people
Nope.
who be like, "It's not as good."
You know how Rotten Tomatoes works now. Critics are just Disney fanboys, and it's gonna be 99%.
But here's the thing: you represent a majority of critics that are looking for something to hate.
That's true.
No, I disagree. No,
Wait, you disagree with me, just like a critic would. Points
Anytime you
match.
disagree.
it's mob mentality, and for these movies, they're just like, "Yep, this is nostalgia. This is my childhood. I'm happy."
Can't we all have
I mean,
a
look at
movie-
Marvel. Look at what's happened to Marvel. We had Iron Man, and then they said, let's copy that formula for every movie and make it fun. And that's what I'm worried, that we're going to get this homogenization of Star Wars.
But they're not going to copy previous Star Wars because they weren't that
This
good.
one may be the example going forward.
Which could be true, but that means this one's still good.
I hope it's bad.
It doesn't matter. It's not going to happen.
Anyway, thank you for listening to the podcast. You can please rate us and review us on iTunes. We love getting reviews. We love seeing what you have to say, and the reviews on iTunes actually really help us out. Also, we like to hear at you at baconsale.com. And you can also tweet at us at Baconsale or talk to us on our Facebook page.
Yeah, and then let us know which movies you're looking forward to before the end of the year. And
Yeah, so Kent can say he wants them to fail.
Krampus! People are going to be so mad.
Krampus.
By the way, it was my number one, most anticipated.
Well, that was number 5.
No, Star Wars.
Oh, not Krampus.
Yeah, Krampus is number 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can find me at Kenny3DD on Twitter and Instagram, and maybe I have a website.
Okay, get that worked out.
Yeah.
You can see me at Quickwits on that Saturday nights. You can see the schedule for Quickwits at qwcomedy.com.
And I'm Jacob. Thanks for listening. You can catch me on Twitter at Jacob A. Rogers. Now, please write in and tell Kent how much you hate Hannah if you've seen that. So that'd be great. So thanks for listening. This has been Baconsale. I think it was cute. It was a little slow, but it was tailored so much for old people that
This sounds like the McRib again. But I don't go to the theaters as often as I want to because
Yeah.
Kent doesn't invite me. Are you going to go hipster on us again? I may mention a movie that you mortals know. With arms wide open under the sunlight, Blaze, I'll show you everything.
Double wide right now, being like, yeah, Krampus.
It's coming out.
no, you just found a new way to be hipster, which is only more hipster, honestly.
I hope Krampus gives me PTSD. Seriously talented. And a little bit gropey. He's a very touchy-feely guy.
Guillermo del Toro. Oh, God. Oh, God.
And there will be cannibalism.
What? You hate James Bond. You hate everything about James Bond. All those people who like Kent being bitter and mean are like, yeah, he's bad.
It's not terrible, but it kind of pops in your mouth.
You know what would be awesome? Stabbing you in the face right now. Heart and fire. Go, go, go. I see it in your eyes.
Shut up, Twilight.
Yes, it can. I believe in the power of fairies.
But that's
I couldn't
Tarantino.
say
Family friendly.
And he can say
Family friendly.
frustrated.